Okay, in the last video I showed you the difference between a sketch, which is these two. That is an art sketch where we sketch something out. This is a mathematical sketch where we draw it accurately on here, carefully, but we don't measure the angles or the sides. We just mark them up. That's a mathematical sketch. This we looked at was a mathematical construction where everything is exactly right. That is 7 centimeters, that is 45 degrees, that is 38 degrees. So that's a construction, that's a sketch. That's something we don't even have to consider in mathematics. So we're going to try a few different types of angles now. I'm going to practice with these ones now. Let's have a look at drawing on like this. So I'm going to sketch this to start with. And it doesn't have to be accurate. It can be the same triangle every time, so it looks like this. And I'm going to have that as 75 degrees. That as 5 centimeters. And this one as 6 centimeters. Now I want to work out what this length is here. So I'm going to use construction to work that out. So let's construct it. So first of all, remember what we do is we draw the baseline. Lightly, mark off 0, mark off 6. So always start at 0, go along to 6. So that's 6 centimeters there. We've now got one angle to be able to do on here. So we're going to measure this again. So put the crosshairs on there so they go into the center point. Remember, not down there, it is here. And carefully move that around so the 0 touches the line. Spend a little bit of time doing that, getting that right, and then double checking you haven't moved this bit. And then we're going to use the technique I showed you before. Count up from the bottom the way you're opening it up. So go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is 75 degrees. You then draw yourself a construction line, which is a light line, remember, into here, that bit there. And we're going to measure this one now, 5. So I'm going to put my pencil on the point and move the ruler till 5 touches that point. And adjust it to there, and I'm going to put a construction mark on 0. I can then join them 2 points up. Remember, you're joining on the line. There. And I'm just going to go over this now. Make it stand out. Make it accurate. Don't be tempted to think, oh, I need to get rid of these construction lines. Don't bother with that at all. These are important parts of your working out. So leave them so the examiner can see that. Okay, I'm going to put in my 75 degrees. I'm going to put in my 6 centimeters. And I put in my 5 centimeters. If you remember, the question asked, what is the length of X? So now I use my ruler on here. And I'm going to measure across from there to there. Now, these are in centimeters, so I'm not going to change to millimeters at this point. I'm just going to count up 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's 6.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. So that's 6.7 centimeters. Obviously that's 67 millimeters, but these are given in centimeters, so I will keep the same units on there. Okay, let's look at one that people find tricky, and I'll sketch this out first and you'll see probably why. This is just a sketch. Remember, I'm not accurately measuring any of this. And we've got 1, 1, 5. We'll have that as 20 degrees. And this is going to be 5 centimeters. Okay, so what we do, we start off with a baseline into here. And I'm going to mark off 5 centimetres. 1, 0 there to 5, and then go over that again so it stands out. I'm then going to measure, put my crosshairs on that point there, and adjust this about until it sits exactly onto there. And this is 20 degrees, so I'm just going to count up the inside scale, 10, 20. Go across, mark it off, put that in. Now, if you look at this, because that's 150, it's more than 90, I'm going to have to draw this quite a long line. So it goes along. So I'm not 100% sure where that's going to go. I'm going to do the other angle. Not as far as I thought. So we're going to go crosshairs on the point, making sure it's still there. Double check before you count up there. And remember, this time we're going on the outer scales because we're opening up like that. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 110, 100, 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 115. And draw this in. So we've constructed this now, so I'm just going to go over all this. And that is 20 degrees. That is 115 degrees. There. And we've constructed this triangle. Construction is easy if you take your time. Just be accurate. Just enjoy the accuracy of it. Just making sure that it's right. Don't rush it. There's no rush. You can't rush this sort of thing anyway. You've got to do it carefully. Keep checking your pencils sharp so you're not getting blunt pencils towards the end of these on here. And making sure it's nice, neat and tidy.